What's going on? Check this out now. Last night had this realization. I was watching this stuff about CERN, okay? And I was watching these mad scientists, dude, and all they had this glossy look in their eye where their pupils were huge. I've seen drug addicts get this look. Like if you pull out a bag of drugs in front of a hardcore drug addict, their eyes get big. If you pull out if you talk about money in front of a greedy person, his eyeballs get big. If a person likes women, you talk about women, their eyes get big, or whatever your preference is. I mean, I just accept the fact that people have so many different fucking preferences these days that, you just got to take it into consideration. That doesn't say nothing about me, just the fact that I recognize what something is or isn't. You know what I'm saying? But whatever it is, dude, there's some force there that these people are drooling about. You know what I'm saying? It's like, there's many times when I've had that kind of like, it's like when someone's got a dream, but your dream happens to be something very fucking evil or something very destructive or volatile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be Scarface. That is a fucking volatile dream. I want to be God. That is a volatile fucking dream. And it's just self-destruction. And that's basically the story of the devil, is that he will become like God. Is that's what he says in Isaiah. But something in Daniel, man, it says that it talks about them worshiping the God of forces. And I watched them talk. They straight up called what the effect that they're getting from CERN the forces, and it all clicked in. That the forces, in a way, you can say geometry, you can say physics, you could say science, you could say metaphysics, quantum physics, mechanics, the god of the G god, the god of the Masons, the god of forces, Jabulon, G, supreme geometry, sacred geometry, supreme math. The Yi Jing was this book with all these symbols, and it comes from China, the land of the Orient, the land of the sun dragon. You know what I'm saying? The coils of the dragon, and their dragon is a fiery, flying, coily, like wormy looking dragon. You know what I'm saying? And that's more. There's reference-ishness to that in the Bible as well, dude. And it's also like, look, like in Daniel, it says, Daniel, the book is sealed. You know what I'm saying? And part of it, it's like, until they unlock the computer, they couldn't unlock the Bible code algorithm matrix. And it's hard to find anyone on the internet who talks anything about the Yi Jing, the Book of Changes. And I'm telling you, I know there is a connection to CERN somehow. The symbolism is identical, like it was an ancient fucking schematic diagram to draw a fucking time machine. Excuse my French. I get real excited about this stuff. I like science. You know what I'm saying? I like history. I like the Bible, man. And to see the things come to pass and happen just like they're supposed to. And then you also see, here's the thing. Either way you go with this. If you go to a lot of hardcore devil worshippers say, oh, this is just fake. I don't believe in God. I just do this to mock God. That's what they say. But it's like, no. Since I know about the devil, man, I also know about God. God's got to be real, because the devil is real, and this is his kingdom, and he is the god of forces. Some strange god that their fathers knew not. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of, it goes into that square compass, the Star of Moloch, fucking the Freemasons, their shit. That is the god of forces. That's who Daniel was talking about, and basically, I mean, in a way, that's at least what they think it is. You can go into the Pragarthus, the math cults, the ancient Egyptian, Jedi, death, rebirth, mystery schools. That's what Skull and Bones is, the Thule, Nazi, death heads religion. Today I'm watching them how in Mexico, they all carry around these skulls. It's like, look, dude, that's what the Nazis did. The Nazis, all of them had a skull on their forehead, dude. On their the death's head officers, they said all the Nazis, like Operation Paperclip, they came here and carried on their Nazi blood eugenics religion. Well, a lot of these guys went to South America, and that's why now you're seeing all this weird Catholic mystery, fucking revived Roman Nazi ideologies, man. And it's like people don't even realize what they're doing. I see what you're doing. That's that God of forces, that strange God that your fathers knew not. But I mean, it's just the old devil, man. It's the same old devil, man. Just a new understanding of the same old fucking struggle. You know what I'm saying? From the beginning of time, the devil trying to get man to do himself in. You know what I'm saying? It's like the devil just takes this destructive nature that we all have, and he just tempts us into just digging a deeper hole, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and he has influenced these people who worship this God of forces. It's like they got all their eggs in one basket, man. And if it don't work, we're all gonna die. And if it works, we're all gonna die. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's a catch-22. I mean, like that CERN that shoots two bolts in opposite directions and they smash. That's that second Ezra circle judgment thing. And the Bible's all about that mankind. It's like God knows what you're guilty of. And he's going to punish. He got a way that you get what you deserve, man. Unless you recognize and at least have a change of heart about it. And then you can avert some of that judgment that comes back. But you still got to face the consequences of some of the shit you do. Or all the shit you do, basically. But some of it's understandable. Other shit, you just got to stop sacrificing your chickens and your firstborn to the damn white snake, man. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I think that's part of this lesson here. You know what I'm saying? Stop lusting after the serpent, man. I mean, it is all connected. You can look into that. The CERN, it's kind of like a coiled serpent. And Shiva's got this serpent around its neck. The Egyptians got that serpent around their head, on their forehead. You know, the Mayans was a giant blood serpent snake. You know what I'm saying? So, what's to say this isn't a real totem animal that's out here devouring things? I mean, and that jives with the Bible. I mean, the devil has many different avenues. It's like he's got torpedoes. He's got heat-seeking missiles. He's got laser beams, motherfucker. He's got curses. He's got amulets and all kinds of fucking other shit, dude. Books and documents and covens and secret societies of corporatist shadow government figures and breakaway societies. This is all Satan stuff, man. I mean, if you can get you could just be awed and mystified and just dazzled by the snake. Like, you'll be looking from the head and the tail and at the body and the scales, man, and it'll freak you out because it's so like dazzling how big and monstrous it is. But once it's only bad and dangerous and horrible, and so I mean, it is evil, all these things, but it's the most cunning when you don't see it and don't recognize it. And that's the whole thing about the shapeshifter, is that it comes to everyone in a different shape-shifting shape, but it has the same effect. It robs us. You know what I'm saying? It makes us, it takes something from us, whether it's peace, whether it's knowledge, understanding, health, money, or it adds unto you things that you don't need. Like, look, I'm Scarface. I got this big giant mountain of cocaine to kill myself with. You know what I'm saying? And a gun. You know what I'm saying? I mean, shoot, man. And I mean, that's the world is yours. And then, you know, once you get it, bam, they snipe you out, man. And then the new guy on the block takes your place, man. The old Manly P. Hall divide. Oh wait, what is that, man? The student. It's almost like there is an ancient form of this, like it's even between God and the devil. Like, the devil is trying to do this. He is that little dog, underdog, trying to defeat the master still. You know what I'm saying? And he influences us men and women out here on this earth to play the same game, kinda with him. It's like he kind of stands in the way of God and gets you to throw things at him, then he moves, and it looks like you're picking a fight with God in a way. You know what I'm saying? This is a good analogy. So that's how the white snake kind of attacks, man, and just robs you of, like, I mean, it's just your bearings sometimes. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it works. It's like you might lose your bearings for a minute, and you'll be like, you can't tell it from down, left from right, night from day. But, you know, if you stop contending so hard for a minute, man, and focus, concentrate again, You know what I'm saying? Redouble your efforts for a moment. You'll get back right with it, man. But it's still, dude. It's a tricky thing, man. Out here, this whole studying this whole conspiracy from the beginning to now, and it's just like, man. Yeah, I guess it's like that X-Files, man. The truth is out there. You just gotta wanna embrace it. Because I mean, the truth is there. It's like, but if you just can't somehow embrace it, it's like that's what Mulder kept saying to Scully. Like every so many episodes, he's like, man, why is it so hard for you just to believe? Why can't you just believe there's fucking interdimensional time travelers and aliens and out-of-body experiences and conspiracies by the government to conceal the truth from us? Why is it so hard for you to believe? Look, all of us should look in the mirror and kind of ask ourselves that sometimes. Why is it so hard for us to believe? Because there's so many times, man, I just couldn't believe something. But, later come to find out I should have believed in the beginning, but better for them who can believe sometimes without having to find out if it's true or not. Like, maybe some people can just know. And they don't have to go through all this fucking high strangeness, man, and stumbling around in a dark fucking cave, man, called the rabbit hole. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I mean, but that was a accurate kind of analogy to this whole thing. And I mean, you can even follow that back to the whole Scientology Kubark interrogation manuals and its connection to Alice in Wonderland, and how the king and queens and the cards, and how the Manchurian Candidate with Frank Sinatra was his trigger. But in the Denzel version, it's his government name. Like they used to say, it's your God-given name. If your God is the God of forces, the G God of the Masons, well, then I guess that is true. Your GOD capitals, your gold, oil, and drugs, your gold, oil, drug cartel of the world government, the UN, and its founders, and its founder, Satan. Yeah, man, it's basically, it all goes, it's like when you're in the coil of the snake, it doesn't matter which way you turn. I mean, you see the snake. You know what I'm saying? And that can be intimidating, and it'll make you want to freeze, stop fighting. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can't let that shit spin you out, man. Just make sure, man. It's like this. It's like anything that's trying to crush you. It's just like, basically, just be like a porcupine, and just go ahead, try to crush a porcupine. And it's hard for thee to kick against the pricks. You got to think that way. You got to become like the pricks. That even if the giant serpent comes flying out of the air and lands on you, it might crush you too. But look, you shouldn't have kicked against the pricks. And I have been guilty in some ways of punching the brick wall, trying to kick the tree, and having my foot hurt instead of the tree hurt. I'm guilty of that. So I understand that. It makes sense to me. Or tempting fate. You know what I'm saying? Like, look, like I have drove behind a police officer and tailgated him, not out of doing anything it was nothing violent. I was just being I was provoking fate, and then he swung around me and he come running up on me. He's like, dude, I got rights just like you. And I was like, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't realize I was doing it. I did it subconsciously. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, that was tempting the snake, and it kind of put its jaw on me, then spit me out. It came back, got me later. Probably for one of those reasons. You know what I'm saying? Because that happened to you enough, the snake recognizes you. It's like, oh, you're that fucking prick that I fucking can't stand, man. I keep seeing you on fucking your videos on Facebook, man. You're fucking freaking my wife out, man. You need to shut up. That's that same old serpent, man, trying to rob you of something. Just shape-shifting. And it jumps in and out of people. I mean, it's a force out here in the earth. It also possesses people, just for a moment sometimes. They're not constantly under its influence, but sometimes it jumps in them, and they try to get, it's just like I was saying, they stand in the way. You throw shit at them, they move out. That's what the accuser does. He accuses you, so you try to fight back by the same means. Now you're playing into his game, and he can manipulate you and control you from there.